What we're going to talk about today is using text-to-speech extensions in Google Chrome in order to read a web page or Google document. So I have two PDFs here, and one of the things that Google Drive does is it will open up a PDF as a Google document. It'll convert it. This is a part of Google OCR. You can do this with pictures. It can actually do this with handwriting. But in this case, if you have something in PDF, you can open up and it can read it. So I'm going to click on All Summer in a Day to Story. And here it is open up as a PDF. And I can't highlight it, so I can't have my extensions read it. However, it says open with, and it gives me a bunch of choices. I'm going to open it up with Google Documents, and it's going to take just a moment, and it's going to convert it into a Google document. It does it just that quickly. So now I have the story All Summer a Day converted into a Google document. So if I simply highlight it, I'm going to have it read with two of my favorite Chrome extensions. This one is Select and Speak. And this is one of my favorite ones because it reads in Google Documents. For a long time, it was the only one that did, so I'm going to hit play on it.
All Summer in a Day by Ray Bradbury.
Okay, and you can hear the voice. The voice is pretty good. It's still a little bit robotic. This other one called Read Aloud also does this, and the voice is a little bit better, and it also gives you the text highlighted, which is really nice. And this one also now reads in Google Documents.
All Summer in a Day by Ray Bradbury.
And you can hear the actual voice is less robotic, and they also have, you can see, you can go in and change some of the settings on this as well, and you can also test it out. Okay. So both those they're very good for reading in a Google document. Now, obviously, they both work if you go to a news story. If I highlight right here the first sentence,
World leaders are mourning the devastating fire damage at the Notre Dame Cathedral.
and that was Select and Speak. That was that Google extension. Now I'm going to try it with Read Aloud. Read Aloud.
World leaders are mourning the devastating fire damage at the Notre Dame Cathedral.
Right, and you can see it allows me to adjust the size, the font on it.
World leaders are mourning the devastating fire damage at the Notre Dame Cathedral.
So this obviously that's a little voice a little bit better, and you can enlarge the font. So there's some advantage to it. So there's a third one that I want to show people. It's called Chrome Vox, and it's really good, except it's kind of different. It's more designed with more the traditional text-to-speech accessibility programs where it'll read everything and has more features, and sometimes that's good because it does more things, but sometimes it reads stuff you don't want it to read, which for some people it can be frustrating. But if, however, someone was visually impaired, it might be necessary. And if you want to skip around and read specific things, sometimes it's a little bit quicker. So let's take a look at this. So I'm going to go down to the extensions and I'm going to enable it. This is Chrome Vox, and this particular extension is already loaded on Chrome boxes, and it's also already loaded on Chromebooks. You can just go into the settings. You don't have to actually install it. But on a
Chromevox
PC,
spoken feedback is ready.
we have to install an extension. So now it's going to read a number of things.
All Summer in a Day. Google Docs. Tab. Selected. New line. Selected. New line. Space. A. Summer in a Day by Ray Bradbury. Selected. All Summer in a Day by Selected. Quote, it's stopping, it's stopping. Quote. Unselected. World leaders are mourning the devastating fire damage at the Notre Dame Cathedral. Click to copy. Moon and Japan's top government spokesman on Tuesday expressed their sympathy to French President Emmanuel Macron and the French government.
So you see, like, I click on a paragraph and it reads the entire paragraph. I don't have to highlight it, which is a little bit faster. And sometimes that's a huge advantage. And every time you click to something, it says it sometimes. Well, if you need to know that, that's obviously, if you're someone who's visually impaired, maybe needs to know that. If you don't, then maybe that might be, something that slows down what you're doing. But as far as maneuvering around, it has some really good capability. So these are are three extensions in Chrome that you can use to read a web page or a Google document. And obviously Chromevox is already installed on Chromebooks and Chrome boxes. So that one's a little bit different, but these are three options. So now when you're reading something online, whether it's a Google document or a news story, there are three good options, and obviously there's more beyond that. So this is John O'Sullivan. Thank you.